Welcome to All About TRH, aka All About the Truth. On today's episode, we respond to Kim D, who had quite a bit to say about us, plus briefly touch on Real Housewives of New Jersey season 14, and we recap Vanderpump Rules star Rachel, aka Raquel's interview with Bethenny, and the shady things that happened with production, plus more. Hi, Chantel.
Hey, Roxanne.
I lost my voice, so we're actually recording a couple episodes right now, and I'm going to sound like crap for a little.
I know. I didn't even realize you lost your voice when I talked to you earlier. So this
I
is weird
know.
to hear.
I have like a throat, like a sore throat. Yesterday I had that. It's like in and out my voice, so I just like sound off. But anyways, it's fine because I always sound stuffy. So like it's nothing new during this, so whatever.
Right.
But are you making fun of me?
Yeah.
Or was that just how you tried to say it right? Because that was scary,
No, I was,
scare.
I was being sarcastic. Right.
Okay. Anyways, we have a really good episode today.
We do. We have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we wanted to first say we've been MIA because
Yeah.
Chantel, you were supposed to like.
I.
I'm so confused because I was like, before this, you guys, I told Chantel that she's going to address this, and then like she's not saying anything about it.
I just get awkward. I don't know. I mean, okay, we lost our aunt this past week on Tuesday. She's our mom's sister, so it's been a very sad and crazy week for us. Just being with our family and going to the funeral and just kind of taking away some time for us. But yeah, we're back at it. We're gonna dive into work a little bit. So it's a good thing to kind of what
It's a
is
good
it like
distraction.
distraction? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a good distraction. She was suffering for a really long time. So she's, may she rest in peace. But yeah, so that's why we've
Pray
been,
for her.
um,
Pray for her,
yeah,
please.
in her family. And
Yeah.
that's why we've been MIA. We don't want to say too much, but we got so many lovely messages. Again, you guys are honestly the best people in the world because we both will like because we're not with each other all the time when we read this stuff. So we'll send it to each other and we'll be like, oh my gosh, look how sweet this is. So thank you guys so much for the lovely, kind words. But I think it's time we get into our little distraction phase and start talking about something interesting that happened. So today I get a message and I actually put the message up. I'm not someone who like claims that, oh, I don't listen to something and then I do like other people do. Now, when I say I absolutely don't listen to this podcast that you guys probably know what I'm talking about, or I don't even know if they're podcasts, I do videos. I really don't listen to it, and Chantel absolutely doesn't listen to it. But I showed proof today that someone sent us a conversation, and they said, "Let me pull it up real quick because I thought that I already had it on hand, but I guess I don't." But they basically just said, "Let me go to it." Sorry, guys, I'm not prepared here. They said, "Woo, Kim is big mad at you two." As in Kim D. They need to be first or exclusive because, quote, people don't believe it until they apparently confirm it. They also said that you're on Teresa's payroll. Again, LOL. It's funny that Kim D is saying that when she's like trying to be in Teresa's good grace and all that stuff and then putting out even more lies about her. Like, great job, Kim D. So I have a lot to say about this. There was like I will say I watched this. So there was like an 8-minute clip and my friend Alex actually sent me it and they were like, "Did you listen to what they said?" Someone sent it to me. They said they're talking about you too. And so I did listen to this. Typically I just like take what you guys say and I'm hoping it's the truth. And I listened to what Kim D had to say in her thirsty side piece and what they had to say about us. I stopped it at like the 4-minute mark. I think it was like from 2 to 4 minutes. I don't know if there was more than that, but
I think I listened from
I
like 2 to 6 minutes.
okay, yeah. So I stopped it. So Kim D and her thirsty side piece. I don't even know what to address him as. I just know Kim D does videos and 98% of the reason people listen is for Kim D. So Kim D, we don't really have bad blood with you. We think that you're drama and we're just stating a fact. You are always surrounded by drama. But we like you on TV and our biggest advice to you is to get your own podcast or your own YouTube video or whatever the hell you guys do. You don't need anyone. And if people are listening, it's because of you, not because of the other thing. So anyways, Kim D is upset with us because she feels like I question her and Dolores's relationship. And I guess I said I went back and I listened. I said Kim D uses Dolores for clout. And I absolutely stand by that. I'm not saying that Kim D and Dolores don't have a friendship. They have respect for one another. They do have a history. Does Dolores tell Kim D anything that would ever make it look like Dolores tells her anything? Absolutely not. And that is why Kim D and her side piece are constantly wrong. All I said was that Kim D uses Dolores's name so that you guys think she's legit and that she has a connection to the show, but she doesn't. Kim D talks to Dolores and she does talk to Jacqueline. Jacqueline is no longer on the show, but even though Kim D and Dolores are friends, in my opinion, as I stated, Dolores would never, she would never tell Kim D stuff, especially when it comes to the show. But I will say, I know that Dolores has again this history with her and is friendly with her. So apparently, us saying that got Kim heated, and she went and she texted Dolores. But we're standing by our opinion. We're not acting like they aren't friendly. We said what we said.
Agreed, and it's rude. I think, like, in the video, they, like, call us wannabes, like, and I was just like, "Wannabes of what? We don't even show our face, so what are we
Oh
trying to be a
yeah.
wannabe
Oh my
of?"
gosh. I know. I do want to address that because I wrote that too. I wrote some notes and I wrote Kim D and her thirsty friend called us wannabes. And I was gonna ask you, like, what does that even mean?
I don't know, I think I feel like they're saying that we're wannabes to be on The Real Housewives or something when we've, like, stated so many times that we would never join a show like that. What do you think?
I mean, I think that we're 2 girls from Michigan. We aren't chasing housewives. We're not driving past their houses. We get invited to lots of events. We don't go. We have real careers. I know the thirsty dude likes to tell people that he has a career or he works. I don't know if he does. We work corporate. We do this on the side and all about TRH. I always say this. We've been around since 2012. We have been told for years to get on a podcast, but we're really busy in our personal lives. We made it where it would be a cousins thing. So Chantel works around my schedule because I have little kids and we've gotten great feedback. And I think that kills the thirsty guy that talks about us because we just started this in February and we beat his numbers. And apparently he posts every day, which good for him. But you have the nerve to talk shit. You really do when we're doing fucking incredible. And you know that. And let it be known, I've already said this, let it be known that I have emails 4 years from this dude begging us to share his podcast and feature it on All About TRH, as well as messages on Twitter, Instagram, and more. I screenshotted everything. I shared some of them. And we will support people. So although Laura and I, who run the website, never listened to him, we would support him because he would literally email us saying he interviewed someone and then he would have the whole write up ready for us. So it was like easy. We're like, okay, we'll support this. But I am baffled that someone who has chased us, followed us first on everything would talk so much shit.
And to me, it's like, why can't we just all support each other? There's so many podcasters that do Real Housewives, Bravo, whatever, and let's just support each other. What's the problem here? Like, I don't know why he's so mad and like keeps attacking like everything about
Yeah,
it, and then to
he's a
make and then
hater.
for them and for both of them to keep saying that, like, and he goes, I know for a fact they're on Teresa's payroll. Really, where's the
Oh my
fact at? Where
God.
is your proof? Because I would love to be on Teresa's
Where's
payroll.
your
We,
sources?
yeah,
Yeah.
seriously, like, please show me it because I would love to know.
Do you think I wanna sit here and have 3 little kids and be working corporate like a 9 to 5 like a 9 to 5? No, I don't. So, yeah, I wouldn't be sitting here working if I was paid on someone's payroll? And, anyways, so another
And,
thing,
like,
Kim D
it's actually good,
oh,
hold on, it's actually, like, credit to, like, us or whoever, like, okay, like, you think that she pays us that much to do what? Like, what are we really doing for her? We're backing her up, like, as much as we've done, we've always loved Teresa, I think since, like, you always keep saying it. Go back to your blogs of, like, 2012, 13, 14, you'll see that your opinion has never changed, and it's nothing to do with her
never.
and, like, and her having a relationship.
Right, and it's more so about her situations that she goes through.
Exactly.
And maybe because, like, we feel like she never knew how to defend herself, that, like, if that was, like, our mom or something, we would just go ham on that. Anyways, so Kim D also wanted to clear up that she never said Melissa Gorga for a fact was getting fired, and that thirsty co-host apparently was the one who did it. And Kim D admits that he did it to press buttons. So, like, Kim literally goes on this and admits that the thirsty co-host does things for clout, for clicks, for money, to take money out of your guys' pockets.
And that's not
And Kim D
cool.
no, and Kim D was like, "We don't ask people to share our stuff." I come with receipts, you guys. I have receipts of this thirsty co-host literally begging people on DMs saying, quote, share this. You can put it up right now. Let people know. Say it's for me. Share what I'm saying. I'm giving you consent. Share what I'm saying. Let people know Melissa's getting fired for sure. To the point that people laugh at him and screenshot it and send it back to me. And how else would I have these DMs? They literally send it back to me. And when we get the ick, every time I see his DMs, I'm like, this is so ick. And I don't know. It's gross, and it's believable that he does that since for years he was begging us to feature his stuff on All About TRH. But let's really talk about us being apparently irrelevant, like they're saying. And I wanna say one more thing. It's important to note that Kim D and her thirsty co host don't know much. They befriended Louis' ex out of pure desperation. They flip flop time and time again. They said for a fact, again, in our DMs, we have screenshots from these thirsty people that for a fact Melissa and Margaret were getting fired for season 14. They kept fooling everyone by saying that everyone is returning for season 14, contracts aren't completed. You know how freaking stupid they sound? When we revealed everyone is coming back, they literally made it about contracts and made you guys believe not everyone is coming back because contracts aren't signed. When first off, like we said, everyone verbally agreed that they were thrilled to be coming back. Even when filming began, they were still pretending like it wasn't a guarantee that everyone was coming back. So they lie time and time again. Now they're calling us names. The thirsty one is literally the rudest person I've ever encountered and doesn't even appreciate people who listen, even if you slightly disagree. He goes off on them. But here's the cringiest claim of all. And we knew they were coming out with this, but for anyone who actually believes it, I am embarrassed because no disrespect, how gullible can someone be? So Kim D and her thirsty friend now are claiming that when they ran into Margaret, that Margaret Josephs, who has the best edits season after season, who has a fantastic relationship with production, told these two, the biggest mouths of all, that she will never have a takedown season. She'll expose production, all this bullshit. You guys, think logically for 1 minute. Why would Margaret ever say this to Big Mouth 1 and Big Mouth 2? Why would she risk her job? It doesn't even sound believable. She has a great relationship with Sirens Media, NBC Universal, and as if she would throw them under the bus to the two people who would go ahead and spin it. That would never happen. And just like Kim D said that her thirsty friend lied about them getting fired to press buttons, that's exactly what they're doing here. Wake up, people. It's giving desperate. That's all I
Yes,
have to say.
sister, you tell them. And if like that, like,
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Sometimes being a mom is chaotic and prioritizing things become overwhelming. On top of working and just trying to figure life out, it could be very stressful. Sometimes in life, we're faced with tough choices and the path forward isn't always clear. Whether you're dealing with decisions around your career, relationships, or anything else, like being a mom and wife trying to navigate it all, therapy helps you stay connected to what you really want while you navigate life so you can move forward with confidence and excitement. Trusting yourself to make decisions that align with your values is like anything. The more you practice it, the easier it gets. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule, which is so helpful for people like me to have someone work around my schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/TRH today to get 10% off your first month.
I have such a bad habit that anytime I get in the car, I right away pull a piece of gum out and start chewing on it, but not anymore. Thanks to our sponsor, Fume. They look at the problem in a different way. Not everything in a bad habit is wrong. So instead of a drastic, uncomfortable change, why not just remove the bad from your habit? Fume is an innovative, award nominated device that does just that. Instead of electronics, Fume is completely natural. Instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air. And instead of harmful chemicals, Fume uses all natural, delicious flavors. You get it? Instead of bad, Fume is good. It's a habit you're easy and free to enjoy and makes replacing your bad habit. Your Fume comes in an adjustable airflow dial and a design with movable parts and magnets for fidgeting, giving your fingers a lot to do, which is helpful for de stressing and anxiety without breaking your habit. I tried the crisp mint flavor the first time since I was trying to break my gum habit, and I mostly chew like gum mint flavor, and it was really helpful. Fume is also so nice to hold and play with, and gets me to not have the classic road rage while driving. Stopping is something we all put off because it's hard, but switching to Fume is easy, enjoyable, and even fun. Fume has served over 100,000 customers and has thousands of success stories, and there's no reason that can't be you. Join Fume in accelerating humanity's breakup from destructive habits by picking up the Journey Pack today. Head to tryfume.com and use code TRH to save 10% off when you get the Journey Pack today. That's tryfum.com and use code TRH to save an additional 10% off your order today. That just shows that he's lying about it because I think he just knows and he bets on Margaret getting a good edit every season. And so he like that's just like a fake claim to say because it's gonna look believable since she will get a
And
good
why would
edit.
someone, like, brag about that? You're gonna
I
stay under the
know.
radar, and you're gonna compliment production, talk about how great they are, like, "Oh, there's never been anything," but a again, he's just so cringe, she's just so cringe. I don't mind Kim D, to be quite honest. I think Kim D needs to do her own thing. I think that the person she's doing with it makes doesn't she doesn't get enough credit because she's doing it with someone who's so irrelevant like him. And yeah, he's the irrelevant one. He's the thirsty one. He's the one who will like go to things that are filming and try to get on camera. Like that's his whole life. Like we actually have jobs. Like we aren't doing that stuff. We didn't move to New York. We didn't move to LA. We aren't doing things like that. We're literally in Michigan, have careers, would never do a reality show. That's like his dream come true. We would never do a reality show. We would never do any of that. We just kiki with like each other because we're cousins and we talk about this stuff because this is what we do when we're on the phone with each other. And that's it.
Exactly.
So I
I
just
heard
had to
that the
respond to that.
I heard that the Posh Fashion Show is coming back. Is that true?
No, it's not true
Okay.
that the Posh is coming. I mean, she does it. She did it last year, Chantal.
Oh, like so she always does it, but obviously
She still
it's not
does
always.
it, but then,
Oh, okay, okay.
it's like I'm just finishing season 5 and Caroline Manzo was like, it was like when those cheating rumors came out about Melissa and Caroline's like, I'm starting to realize anytime we're in big shit or we're in drama, Kim D is behind it. So I think it got to a point where everyone was like, I'm fucking over Kim D, but I think Kim D is good TV. I'd like to see her back on. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So moving along, we have a lot more to talk about. We have the Raquel stuff to talk about. But before we talk about the Raquel stuff, you guys, we have officially joined Patreon, created a Patreon for All About TRH. And I want to explain this because there's so much confusion about it. We have been talking about it for a while, and then I finally convinced Chantel to let's do it. And
Yes.
yeah, and Chantel was like actually so excited about it because yesterday we were both like posting never before seen photos from the filming of New Jersey yesterday because it was Danielle's event that she hosted. And so we were like posting never before seen photos there and Chantal was doing it too. Chantal was like out with her fiance too and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm posting it on our Patreon." So, let's kind of explain what our Patreon is. So, our Patreon is something that every single Sunday we will have a bonus episode. We figure you can listen to us as you sip on your tea, drink your morning coffee. It's Sunday, it's a
Yes.
relaxing day. Yeah, and it's more exclusive content. It's spoilers. And I know, some of you guys will say, we don't want to know spoilers. So this is absolutely spoilers. Like so tomorrow, Sunday morning's episode, what we're gonna have is we're literally gonna have everything, absolutely everything that's been going on season 14, Real Housewives of New Jersey, all the spoilers, all the exclusives, we're going to have it on there. We also figure people take our crap so much that we're like, let's get a Patreon, and the people that are actually there to support us will join it, but the people who like steal our stuff probably won't, and we don't want that. We're still going to do 2 to 3 episodes on All About TRH podcast with Apple, Spotify. This is just our Patreon where we're going to share, messages. We'll share like never before seen photos, some
Maybe we'll
spoilers,
recap
and then
like maybe we'll recap like older episodes just to be fun, like
yes,
something that's more like
exactly.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, yep. We'll talk other hot topics with more detail, just like an additional episode with like a different treat every time. So if you go on our patreon.com/slash all about TRH, you can join us, and it tells you what we'll cover. But tomorrow, or I'm sorry, Sunday morning, because I don't know when we're releasing this, but Sunday morning's episode, our first episode, is going to be every single thing that has happened detail for detail on season 14 of New Jersey. So we'll have that. We'll ask for feedback. We've had people like message on and comment, and we're commenting back on Patreon. So it's like a really fun community, and everyone's been telling us for months to do this. And we just wanted to make sure that we could commit to it. And I think it's just a better also because I feel like anytime we say something, production's mad, Bravo's mad. So they're not going to be joining this. So it's a good thing.
Let's hope.
So yeah, I know, right? So yeah,
The
that
executives pay for it. They come on.
I know, I swear. Well, let's hope not. Yeah. So I'm really excited to record our first episode, which we're going to record it after this, and we're going to dive into everything. So we won't say any. Obviously, yesterday was a big day. If you go on All About TRH Instagram, you'll see that we have a lot of footage of the second group outing. So go take a look at that. And again, if you join us on our Patreon, it's $4.99 a month. You're also supporting us. So thank you guys so much for doing that. But it's $4.99 a month. And again, every Sunday morning. I think that's all. I feel like I'm repeating myself now. So
No, it's good.
join
We're
it. Let us
excited.
know. Yeah, we're very, very excited about it. But yeah, we're still doing this podcast. Chanel, how many messages did we get that were like, okay, so basically you don't have a podcast anymore? And we're like,
I know
no,
everyone.
that's
I was
not
like,
what we're
everyone was
saying.
making me so sad. I was like, no, we're the main thing is this podcast. So we have to
Right.
like all of our interviews. Like we have an interview with Amber coming out Monday. That will come on the podcast. That won't come on like Patreon.
Exactly. Yeah, this is just Sunday morning, and like I told you, what the episode will even let you guys know what we're going to be recording. So, everything New Jersey for season 14 so far, spoilers will be on Sunday morning's first Patreon episode. We also have never before seen photos that we didn't publish anywhere else. All
Yeah.
right. So, yeah, thank you guys. And for whoever has joined us, we were
Oh
so
my God,
overwhelmed.
seriously.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. I was
Chantel
like,
was like, "Where'd
we're
you
probably gonna
post
like
it?"
10 people.
I know. Yeah, and then she like she called me and she was like, "Wait, where'd you post that we're doing this? Because how are we getting this many people joining us?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so freaking sweet." So we keep getting like notifications of new people joining us, and we're like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool." So thank you for caring enough to support us, basically. We really appreciate that. Anyways, this past week, guys, this interview, and if you're not into VPR, Vanderpump Rules, I'm sure you guys were after the scandal. So
Yeah.
Raquel finally speaks out to Bethenny Frankel, and Bethany's getting a lot of backlash, but it's actually super good to listen to. Of course, Bethany's number one worldwide right now. Like we all knew that was going to happen, but it's really, really freaking good. So, Chanel, did you end up finishing part 3?
Yes. Which
Okay.
is crazy, to me that like Bethany is getting so much hate. I mean, and like people are getting mad that Beth like the weirdest things that people are getting mad about. People are getting mad that she has ads, that she's exploiting her, like she's even trying to profit on like so many weird things, and you're just like, okay, like she's just giving this girl like to me it was like she's just giving this girl a platform. I think people just
Right.
think like, like why did Bethany go after her? Like, Bethany, I don't know. There is I get the polarizing opinions on this, but I do think it was a great platform for Rachel to go on to say her thing because she's not going to go on anything Bravo related, like as in them. She's
Right.
going to go on somewhere that someone that has had her back a little bit. She's gonna go and talk to that person so she feels safe.
Well, so the interesting thing was that Bethany told Raquel that she never watched Vanderpump Rules until the reunion aired. So I
I
think people
know.
are also saying, like, really, Bethany, you're using her for your own benefit, and you were never even invested in her. But Bethany has obviously just come out and she's invested in reality stars in general being exploited and all that other crap. But I kind of get why Bethany's getting a little bit of backlash as well.
Yeah, but then it also makes sense to me because like this whole like reality reckoning, she's like, you know what, this would be the person that like, this would be the person that for her rest of her life will never get paid money if people are gonna go watch back and keep talking about. She'll never get paid the money that she's deserved. So like this is her prime example for why she's doing what she's doing.
Right. So,
So it to me
just like
made sense. Yeah, but
yeah, a little bit of a recap. So, Raquel goes by Rachel now. She doesn't want to go by Raquel. She said that she was excited about the season since she was single, and producers told her that the more you contribute to the season, the more money you'll make. Rachel is mad that the network is running to the bank, and it felt like exploitation, and that she's been portrayed as the ultimate villain, which, like, you kind of are the villain, though. Her
yeah, I mean
mistakes
you were.
that she, yeah, like, I kind of felt like part one was like victim
Yeah.
and I do
To
think people were hard on her.
like I do think yeah, it's hard because like I was number one person like talking so much shit about her because the way that she came across was just very like she didn't care and she was like very like sociopath. Was that a cough?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. What did it sound like?
I thought you like were laughing at me.
No, it was a cough. I'm
Oh,
sick.
and so
Yeah.
so to me, like it came back like she was, being so we talked so much shit, we did, but like obviously hearing her side, you kind of feel bad. Like at the end of the day, we are all humans too, so you do feel bad for someone, and like the crime didn't match the punishment at the end of the day,
Yeah.
if
So
that makes
true.
sense. Yeah.
No, it totally does. And they all made money off of it. And Rachel says that it's not fair that she didn't make a penny off of it. And I kind of agree with her here. They all came for her, they all attacked her, and then they used her situation to make money.
To me, it's like after listening to all of it, it's like she's not going to sell her soul. So she's like, I'm not coming back, which is great. But if that's something that you did care about, she could easily come back and redeem herself and like make money if she really wanted to. She could.
I
There's so many
mean,
PR people that can come out and like switch things around and do
Chantel,
things.
no one's gonna buy merch from her. No one, she's the villain. So
But if she
no
came
one's
back
gonna
on a
buy
show
anything.
and if she came back on a show, like look at Tom Sandoval. Like I'm gonna be so pissed watching the next season with him on it because I think he's the person out of everyone that should have gotten the most hate,
I
which he
don't
did
think
get
I'm gonna
hate.
be pissed.
No, he's gonna piss me off, I think. Especially if they portray him any way of like, this like apology tour. It's gonna really make me mad.
But what do you want him to do, Chantel? Like,
I know,
it
but like
is
I'm
what
gonna be
it
mad if
is.
people I'm gonna be mad if people like go back and like love him again.
I don't think people are going to love him, but if he's being sincere and apologetic, believe people deserve second chances. I believe you shouldn't be with someone like a Tom Sandoval. And if you are with someone like a Tom Sandoval, that's probably going to happen. So, he's being apologetic about it. I mean, he was like an asshole to Ariana about it, but like if he's going to be filming with them, there's only so much shit you can give people who've already like also cheated on their spouse and did vile things. So, I don't know. What was interesting to me was that Rachel says that her and Ariana were never best friends and more like acquaintances who filmed the show together and never hung out outside of filming.
Yeah, but I can see that, especially like how me and you have been interviewing past housewives. Like a lot of people say
Yeah.
that, and she did say like Sheena and I were best friends, so it's not like she's like
Yeah.
she's not saying no one in the cast is, but I can so see that a little bit.
When Rachel went to the mental health facility, she gave Tom a key to her apartment to stay there, but instead he chose to stay at home, the home he shared with Ariana, which, like, what?
Exactly. There was so many holes in like like her stories a little bit about like does she trust Tom? Is she does she still like Tom? Does she blame Tom? Like I didn't she never like said anything about how she feels about Tom other than she didn't trust she is mad that he recorded that
Yeah.
video without her knowing. So it's like so weird and that's like where the stuff is like why wouldn't you be mad at this person?
Well, you said,
And you should
what were you telling me today about it? You were explaining that whole situation.
Yeah, so she basically said when they picked up back shooting Vanderpump Rules after the scandal aired or like came out, they were in that apartment, the scene like that was so weird, when they were like drinking beers, it was the weirdest scene ever. I guess
Scary.
yes, the scary scene. In that scene, she told him, "I don't think I can trust you as a person because what you did, you filmed me without my consent." Like she used those words. And so they stopped filming, and then like Tom was like to her, "Why would you make me look stupid in front of the cameras?" And so she's explaining to Bethany that he told production, if you use that scene, I'm not filming anymore. So apparently they stopped filming. They
Right.
didn't use that scene, I mean, and they just like listened to him. So like that never got aired. So like it did
Right.
have this narrative that she never was like she was never, almost like putting any fault on him either.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that and that's, like, wild to me,
'Cause you stuck
and
by this asshole, and it's, like, sad. It's like you stuck by him. Even at the reunion, it looked like you stuck by him. You could've came out, and you could've just, like, said your truth and kinda put a little bit on him, and people would have been all for it.
Right, exactly. Um, so she also talks about the mental health facility. She says that like someone put it out there that she was at a spa and she like reached out to Bravo, like her PR reached out to Bravo to show that she's actually at this mental health facility and that they asked Bravo to clear her and confirm that she is at this facility and that Bravo refused.
Yeah, there was so much shady shit that she said that Bravo did, and it's, like, kind of
Yeah.
wild. She asked for them to pay for the facility, they said no. After all this time, they finally now when this, like, reality reckoning is happening, they offer to get her security at her parents' house, and it's like she's like,
She's
"Too
like,
little too
I
late."
got yeah, she's like, "I got death threats, like, months ago. That's when I needed it, not now." She said that she
Yeah.
was promised a mental health advocate for the reunion when she's watching it. She says that the day before, she basically admits to doing she, like, tripped herself out, but she basically admitted to do this PR video with, like, TMZ at a nail salon, which, like, everyone remembers that video. She said once she did that, they had asked questions about the reunion, and Bravo gets so mad when you are giving like people the other opportunity to make money and not them. So like a TMZ right now is asking these questions that would be asked at the reunion and they were basic questions, but Bravo gets so mad because they feel like you can again only make money through them and they need to make money or they need to benefit in it some way. So because she did that and like scheduled this PR thing, which she acted like she didn't, but she initially did trip up and say she did. But she says that after that, they refused to give her a mental health advocate during the reunion.
I know, it's just so sad, they really were, like, punishing her. They're like, "No, we're not gonna
Yeah,
give you this because what you just did."
they're messy.
And so messy. Like they did I really feel like there's so much shit that they can get in trouble for if someone really wants to go through it.
Yeah. Like I'm in
And
HR. Like all of this shit is a violation.
yeah, and that was funny too because Bethany kept saying like in real companies you don't highlight these things,
Yeah.
and in real companies like if someone called you like all these things, what did you think about Bethany crying when she was reading basically the script of like how like Ariana went crazy on her on the reunion. She was reading it to Rachel and saying like if this was my daughter I would kill someone, and so she's like and she started crying, and then like Rachel is like no tears, no nothing.
Yeah. Rachel's like your mom, Chantel.
I know, maybe she's just very strong and she just not like shows her emotions. So everyone's like shook by her.
Chantel's mom, like, no, Chantel's mom doesn't know how to have emotions. Like, she really
Yeah.
doesn't. So, like, I feel like that's kind of where she is. Like Chantel's mom, like my mom, oh my God, the emotions that woman has. And like
Yeah, like at
majority
the
of the sisters,
funeral, like your mom was
yeah.
going crazy and my mom's, right next to her and just like they're so
Your mom
different.
is, like, devastated, but she doesn't, like, have
Show
tears
it.
and, like,
Yeah.
not, like, hyperventilating type of thing, whereas my mom is, like that all the time. Like, I remember when our grandfather passed, it was in 2002, they didn't even tell my mom that he died because they thought she would get into a car accident and, like, kill herself in the car, like, because she's so I'm not like, that's not funny, but, like, I'm just saying, like, she's so like, her emotions are freaking crazy, like, she
Her emotions take over her body. So it's
yeah,
like
it
very
really, really
scary.
does, like, they were so worried for her, they're like, "We cannot tell her." So, like, I feel like Chantel, like, that literally explains your mom, like, some people just don't they can't show it, and they're not gonna fake it, and you gotta respect people like that.
I know, that's true. What do you Bethany kept throwing so much shade at Andy, like, "Did Andy help you? Did Andy do
Oh
this?"
my
Yeah, it was
god.
kind of like she has a thing for him or something because
I no,
she's
she's
pissed.
pissed.
She's
She is
pissed.
pissed. Oh my god, she doesn't give a fuck. Cause like, even if that was me, Chanel, I feel like we're just such loyal people that no matter what, we would be like, "Let's just not ask questions that surround or could make Andy look bad." She did not give a flying fuck. She asked every question that would make Andy look like it was the biggest violation ever. Like, she brought she
And then it
like,
was a
she
violation from him, like, from him,
yeah,
not even Bravo, but from
violation from
Andy.
him. She brought up what was the main thing was, like, I guess he said that she came across medicated
Yep.
on the reunion, and she goes, "Do you know that a boss can never say that you are, like, that you came off medicated and put that out to the world?" And I was like, "Damn," because that is absolutely true. Again, I've been in HR for 10 years, like, immediately that's a firing right there. That's a lawsuit if you really wanted to. So for her to like put that out there and knowing, and they're like using words like, I'm sorry, they're using words like, what were they saying? Like HIPAA and like, they were just like
Yeah.
using like all these, like, there's like,
Like, there was words
EOC.
that they were yeah, they were using words
Yeah,
as
they're
in, like,
violations.
if you were to sue
You'll
somebody,
win.
this is what you're suing on. But it
However,
was
like
crazy,
in the contract, it says like again, these contracts they sign basically saying you're selling your soul to the devil. However, I don't know if
yeah.
it says like your employer can accuse you of being on medication.
I'm sure, like, there's so many things that if you can probably go after and they're just gonna settle because it's not worth the fight.
Yeah. Yeah, and
But
that's
she
typically what happens.
even the whole thing about, like, Andy's, like, you just got ripped on and he's telling you, "Come back, come back." And, like, he
Yeah.
just didn't she just kept going after him. That's
She
a
made
I
that a
just
big deal, yeah.
Mhm.
So apparently she also Rachel asked for treatment to be paid for and they refuse. But I'm kind of with Bravo here because why would they pay for it? Like Rachel said, she knows why they refuse. If they're going to now go and pay for it, they're basically co-signing that they put her in there.
Yeah, I agree, but then I agree because I think there's so many times we do that too, like in all of our jobs and in works. Like you don't sit there. I don't give someone like a hotel discount, like free room if something happened because you're accepting liability and accepting it's your fault. But what they could have done is like they could have paid her what Tom and Ariana are going to make and just say we're going to do this for you instead.
Yeah, she said she did consider coming back, and what Chantel's referring to is that she asked for equal pay. Like she said, "If I
Hmm.
come back, I wanna get paid the same as Tom and Ariana." And Bravo said, "Fuck no, Raquel, you're not gonna get paid the same as them because Bravo wants to save money." So they kind of like I get where Raquel's coming from. They're going to exploit her storyline, give everyone else a storyline to use off of her, but they're not gonna pay her the same that they pay Ariana and Tom. I feel like they absolutely should pay her that.
I agree too. Like why wouldn't you?
The
She's
situation brought
sh-
back Vanderpump Rules.
exactly. She literally gave you guys your next season, so pay her it.
Yeah, and brought back the show. Bethenny talks about also, like, merch being sold and how everyone's making money. She says that, like, they bring up how Lala, like, was obviously the most disrespectful one to her, and then she would go and make merch that bought her a house and, all of them. And even right now, Sheena just made a song about her. Like, they're
But you know
all
what?
using the situation.
I don't get Lala because Lala goes and does that, but then like she says Lala's the only one that reached out to her and was like, I would let's have a conversation." So it's like Lala, what are you doing? You're annoying. Like sit
That's
down for
why I
once.
don't like Lala. That's why I
I
don't
know
like
you
Lala
really don't,
because
but it really does
I
piss me
really
off.
never did because Lala was the most vocal, like, "Fuck Rachel, fuck you, you're disgusting," and it's like, "Lala, you have done the grimiest things ever. You've said the worst things ever," and at times, like, yes, I do like Lala, but it's like, really? You're gonna sit here and talk the most shit about her, then reach out to her? And Rachel was like, "I didn't know if I could trust that because she's literally used all this merch. Everything I ever said when I reached out to her, this was the reason why I reached out to her. And then she went and she like exploited me, made merchandise off of me. And like, I get why I would feel like, fuck, like, look at them all making money off of me and I'm not making a cent. Like, I would be so upset about that.
I know. It doesn't seem like she cares about that though, which is kind of refreshing. Like I think
She
her
said,
treatment really is helping her to
yeah.
not think that way.
She said that like during scenes like the Vegas scene that she would,
This was
they would
crazy.
Yeah, she said they
Go.
would film
Mhm.
something and, Lala once, like, filming wrapped up, like, Lala and that other girl I forgot the other girl's name. What's her name?
Christina.
Katie's friend. Is it
Christina
Christina?
Kelly.
Okay. Yeah, oh, Christina Kelly, yeah. Lala and Christina Kelly was like, "Wow, that was amazing. That's reality TV gold. That was great. Good job." And they were being so nice. Then as soon as cameras came back on, they were such dicks to her.
That would make me feel like like I would that really she said it was like a mind fuck. That would make my mind go absolutely bonkers.
Right. It's well, that's also like reality TV for you when you get too into it that
That's kind of like what
happens.
Siggy would say. Like she would get annoyed when they
Yeah.
like whispering something in her ears and then like you're like, what the hell's happening? Like it's like a sane person's like, what the heck is going on here?
Right. She said that she needed to be caught because she would have continued it, but she'll never go back on reality television and refuses to disrespect herself. But then she sounded dumb because she kind of was like, I did consider it if they paid me what I deserved. But she says that it's like no matter what she shares, it gets condensed to like whatever the production wants it to look like. And we see that all the time.
I know. The one thing that
Um,
what did you think about the dog situation?
oh my gosh. So I okay. So she
I
said
hate the
that,
media, and we're the media too sometimes. So, but I hate it all because like it really can get so construed. But go ahead.
yeah, I kind of felt bad for her here. And
Yeah,
I know it's like weird because like again, okay, we're not dog people, so people are going to come for us because people like love their dog. But it's not about that. Like Chanel, in our family, do we not have guys that we know that when they have a dog, they fucking teach their dog such stupid bad habits to like bite and all that crap?
yeah, but like that's like on command, like sick 'em, and like the dog would
No,
do it or something.
yeah, and the dog would do it, but then, like, sometimes, like, a dog gets excited and they do it because they think like, "Oh, I always do this." Like, we've had situations like that all the time where when we were, like, younger, like, even my brother, when we had a pug or something, I love this pug to death, but he would think it's funny to teach him to bite, and I'm like, "You jackass, like, this isn't funny to teach him to bite." Like, I really do feel like it does not to throw shade at my brother, hey, Joey, but, like, I feel like it does teach when you see those dogs that are biters, it's because of like where they were raised and the owners that own them or whatever. So she's saying that the reason that Graham had those bad habits is because of James. Like he taught him that. And she said that she was at this facility, the dog bit her mom to the point that her mom couldn't even get stitches. It was to the bone. And like it was I don't even know how to see, I'm so bad with these dog stuff, so I don't even know how to explain it, but it was supposed to be like a temporary thing, right?
No, I think what did is she like called someone to find like she called like a third party to find him an adoption home, and then something happened where the adopted home put him into another thing, and then that's when that person scanned it and saw that it was like a Vanderpump, like it was that dog, and they called Lisa Vanderpump to adopt him, and then Lisa Vanderpump did, and then it got to James.
Yeah.
But
So,
they made it seem like, she was like, the media made it seem like I put him into like a humane society and he was gonna die in 2 hours. And she's like, that wasn't the case. And
right.
and that's like where I'm like, I hate the media because like we kind of all were like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, why wouldn't you just give him to James? Like, why would you go that route? But like she was just trying to find a better home for him that's where someone
I
would
still
take
think
him.
she should have just given it to James.
I agree. But like, it's like kind of like one of those messy divorces. It's like she's like, F you. Like I
Yeah.
want nothing to do with you.
Yeah, and then she was saying like everyone just cares about the show. And when that whole thing happened, like she did say she talked to Lisa and Lisa was like, "Just come back for one scene and just film one scene and we'll talk about this and here's what we could say about the dog and here's what we could say about this and that." And she was like, even if I was to come back, they would edit it however way they want. They wouldn't even share what I would want them to share, and she's like, but throughout that phone call, not once did Lisa ask, like, how are you doing? Like, how's your mental health? Are you okay? It was more about like, let's come here and let's make a show.
Yeah, that's like what's sad. And then, Bethany kind of was trying to shade Lisa Vanderpump a lot too. Like, did Lisa do anything? Did Lisa help
Right.
you? Like all that kind of stuff. Bethany was funny.
Imagine though, like the whole entire world hating you for something that people do in private that we just never know about. But the whole world hating you, like even A-list celebrities now knowing you and thinking you're trash, like that is humiliating.
I know. I think her coming back and going on Bethany, I think her taking her own like way, she's gonna make a little comeback. You're gonna see her get some brand deals. You're gonna see it. She has a following for
No,
it.
I don't think she's gonna have any brand deals. I think she's gonna
I
do a
do.
podcast. No, I just
No,
think she's
trust
gonna
me.
do a
Watch and
podcast.
see. Watch
Let's
and
see.
see.
We'll remember this episode. We'll go back to it. But yeah, I think overall, you guys, I would listen to it if I were you. I mean, we just kind of went over the main parts, but I felt bad for her. I did. I felt bad. Again, I don't believe in cancel culture. I feel like people deserve second chances. I feel like she was absolutely a jackass and more. But yeah, I don't know. That's all
I,
I got on Rachel.
yeah, same. Let's see what happens with her.
We do want to kind of touch on Below Deck. So who's watching Below Deck? If you're watching Below Deck, say I. I.
Uh, no,
Okay.
I you guys literally the last week,
Below Deck down under, down under.
down under. I
Yeah.
literally watched the first season and like caught up to the second season because we did that crossover with Beyond the Blinds. And they talked about it and you were telling me like, "Oh my god, you should watch it." I always used to watch Below Deck. So I was like, "Okay, yeah, for sure." And I'm
And I
so
watched
happy.
season 1, and I told Chantel to watch season 1 because of the hot ass captain, but she never did. And Chantel was
Oh
like
my
a
god.
Below Deck fan.
Yes, like I was like looking to see how I can apply to become like a steward or
Yeah.
something, like I don't even know, but
Okay.
I loved it so much and I'm so happy like I watched I'm so sad. I'm like caught up and I'm so sad because there's nothing else to watch right now.
Well, what do we think about I mean, a whole controversy happened with, the season 2 with the sexual assault, 2 sexual assault cases on the bow, and it's so crazy to me because I feel like this happens so often in this industry and in a lot of, industries at work, but it's only getting, probably more, consequence because of it being on TV.
Yeah, no, I mean first I want to say Captain and Aisha are goals. Like I'm so obsessed with them two together and it reminds me a lot like we used to love Captain Lee and Kate, was it Katie or Kate with Kate? What was
Kate,
her name?
mhm.
Yeah,
Kate
Kate. And then,
Chastain,
like
yeah.
and then, like, like, Sandy, like, had kind of a person that she, like, was her right hand, like, June. I mean, her name was Hannah. June Hannah.
June. Oh, yeah.
Um,
Oh, June Hannah? Oh my
yeah,
gosh,
June
yes.
Hannah. So, like,
We
I
used to
feel
do
like but
that.
that never clicks. So when you have a captain and a like, the chief, like, clicking, it makes for, like, the best show. But, yeah, okay, onto this controversy thing. To me, if it wasn't for Aisha, like, I would who would have known what the hell was gonna happen? Do you think that they would have stepped in if Aisha wasn't making it a thing?
No, I don't think they would have because they were basically gonna let Laura get away with it. And to me, what Laura did was way no, not okay, they're both very bad. Let me really I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah,
What they
yeah,
did
yeah,
was
back
horrible.
up.
Yeah, right. I'm so scared of you guys. What they did was horrible. What Laura did to me was fucking harassment every single day that they were on the bow. Like when watching Laura, I wanted to like be punch her and be like, "This is not okay. Like he's not into you. You're harassing him." And then when I saw her get on the bed and like kiss him, and while he's like laid down, telling her, "I don't want this. Like please go," I was disgusted. I felt gross.
I felt so gross for both of them. I felt so,
Yeah, I felt
like
gross for both of them, of course.
yeah, I was just like, what is happening? I don't understand why no one are getting like these social cues. What's going on here? Like what and then it's not even what she did to I think what's his name? Adam.
Luke,
It's no Luke
it's
is the
Lu-
guy that
oh,
did
okay, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Bosun.
I think it's Adam. Yeah. To me, it's like how she reacted to Margot about the
Luke, yeah.
situation. Yeah, that I was disgusted. I was like, what is wrong with this
Disgusting.
girl?
No self-awareness. She literally just got sexually assaulted. So if you don't watch, the bosun, which is like the head guy, he goes into a bedroom naked while this girl who also works with him is passed the fuck out. Like why are you going up to her bed if she's passed out? Like, and you're naked. What the fuck are you actually doing right now?
And
Like
she
she is
said it
passed
multiple
out.
times, and she said
She
multiple
wants to
times,
sleep.
yeah, like, "No, I wanna sleep," like, "I'm going, no Luke," and, like, she's like, "No Luke," like, drunk, and then you have
And they
you
had a
had
thing, they had a fling, but it
yeah,
doesn't matter. And
and you had
production kept trying to
someone
kick him out.
That was crazy, like, production having to get in and say, "Get out of the room, no, no, no," and what was crazy is that he did it when, like, the power went out.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like
the
he
power goes
it's
out,
yeah,
and
he,
he
like, knew
ran in
his
her room.
yeah, it was the weirdest thing ever. Do you
Yeah,
believe
like you
he
were
woke
saying
up
he
the
knew his
next day and said,
cue.
"Do I think he's cute?"
No, no, ew, no, I said,
Oh.
like, I think you were trying to say, like, he knew this was my cue to do it.
Yeah, it was like, "Oh my god, let me go now, there's no, like, lights."
Yeah.
But do you think that he really didn't know what he did when he woke up?
I think he had, like, an inkling,
Yeah, he for sure knew what he did.
but I think that he did show remorse, but, like, get played, that doesn't matter. I think the way, Laura
Laura
was.
acted? Mhm.
Oh my gosh. So Laura finds out about this and she basically tells the girl, like, if she goes, if he came in my room, like I would have let him fuck me. That's why he should have came to me. And then she was like, I just feel so bad for him. Like, I cannot believe they kicked him out. Meanwhile, this girl has been harassing this guy, Adam, like kissing him, touching him, where he's basically looking at her like, have respect and dignity, get off of me. Like, that's basically what's happening. And she keeps like she doesn't care. Like she thinks he's playing hard to get. And it's like, honey, he's not into you, and he's said it to your face 700 times.
Even the chefy was like, "Okay, like, get a clue." But for Laura, she literally goes, "He wouldn't." She literally had the audacity to tell her he wouldn't rape you. So Laura, if he
Oh my
did rape her, then he should
gosh.
be fired. Is that when he should be fired?
Right.
Is that when if he did it? No, he'd be in jail, girl. Okay, so like, I don't even know what was your point in
Terrible.
saying that.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. I
Kevin
wish
Jason is
that.
amazing for firing both of
Oh,
them.
yeah. Well, but I wish they showed Laura and they just sat with her and they said, "This is what production showed us." So you not only are you running your mouth, but this is what we saw, and they showed her it so she could feel like the
Yeah.
biggest jackass ever.
Um, do they still do reunions? Because when I caught up to the first season, I didn't see a reunion like episode, or do they
I
not do it?
know. No, they do, but it's like a Watch What Happens Live episode where they,
Oh, so I
because
need
you
to
know, they're
find
all in
it.
different countries. Yeah, they're all in, like, different countries and stuff, so they can't actually, like, go to one place because 'cause they're all from, like, Australia,
Yeah,
Ohio, like, it's like some random ass shit. So, Adam is really good looking, by the way. I'm looking at a picture of him right now, but
but I don't think
are
he's
you
that
guys
cute 'cause I
watching
don't like
it?
his personality.
Yeah, I don't, but I mean, like, slim pickings, like, on the boat, so it's like, like, we even say like, we used to say at my company because there was, like, not a lot of girls, so if there was, like, a girl who was, like, kinda cute, like, she was, like, the Beyoncé at our company, like, because we're, like we have, like it's, like, a majority guys that work here, so,
Yeah.
not anymore, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, especially in the beginning, just because guys wanted to do that type of position, but, yeah, when there's, like, slim picking, you're like, "Oh, no, he's cute, like, he's cute for this situation."
They'll take anything.
Yeah, let us know if you guys are watching Below Deck because 'cause we'll actually,
So
like, do a
good.
recap. Yeah, we love it. You watch it on Peacock. Wait, it's on I mean, I watch it on Peacock. Does it come on
I think
Bravo?
no, I think Down Under, Below Deck Down Under is only on Peacock.
Do you still use my Peacock account?
Yeah, and like we need to upgrade it. I don't know why you keep being so cheap and like we have to sit there and
The
like how much is it?
audacity.
How much is
No.
no, I was gonna say, how much is it to upgrade? And I'll just Venmo you for 1 year, like the difference.
This fucking whore over here is telling me that I need to upgrade when I'm paying for it. And they went up in price. Of course, they're gonna be like a fucking Netflix. And I love Peacock. Peacock's my favorite one. I don't even watch nothing on Netflix. But Peacock, so it's $4.99, and yes, it has ads, but then it just went up $1, which means it's gonna go up like $5 next year. And I'm not ready for that. I'm just not. Like,
How much is it for
why do
ads? I
I even
swear
have
I'll Venmo.
cable? I don't think
How
they
much
have
is
it.
it?
No ads.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Of course they're gonna have no ads.
Wait, can we go back to Bethenny real quick? Because I have this up, but Kyle Cook from Summer House?
Yeah.
So he actually commented and he put Bethany in check. And he wrote, I forgot to tell you this, but he wrote, the irony of it all, Bethany cashing in ads as she exposes Bravo exploits and gives Rachel a quote voice. She literally has more ad spots than any other podcast I've ever listened to. Rachel won't see a dime, lol. And people were pissed that like Bethany didn't pay Rachel.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like everyone was so mad about it, but like I'm confused. Every
Like, we
podcast
would
has
never
ads.
pay someone, yeah, and we would never
Yeah,
pay
and you
someone
know,
to interview.
Yeah, and you don't like, I feel like in the podcasting world, you rarely pay people to come on your show. Like,
Rarely.
she's giving her a safe space, a safe platform to go on and say what she needed to. I mean, it's Raquel wanted to do it, or Rachel wanted to
And
do it.
and then she also flew herself out on her own dime to the interview. Do you think Bethenny should have paid for that? I would have just been like, "Let's do a Zoom."
Oh, um, I think she could have just paid for it. I mean, like, especially like, Bethany, you have so much money. Like, this girl's went broke. Like, you could have paid for it.
Yeah, I guess if you have money, why not, right?
Yeah,
Sorry, I
but
just like because I
I don't think it's like needed. I don't think there's not protocol to do that.
right, like, if someone came out to us, because like, we're in fucking Michigan. I swore a lot this episode, I apologize. I'm bitter because like, I'm sick, but, if we're in Michigan, like, no offense, I would never pay for anyone to come here, so
Yeah.
no,
And
I'm
no
all
one
good,
would
I'm
pay
off
us
from
to
that.
like come to their podcast if we went to like
Oh my
New
gosh,
York or
no one
California.
would,
Yeah, so like that's
yeah.
weird. I don't know. Just like something that if you think it's good for your brand and yourself and you want to go out and do this, like that she invested in her own self.
Yeah,
But
we
yeah,
had a
that's it. Everyone was
situation.
so mad about the ad thing. I mean,
Yeah,
I did think it was weird that the only thing that I thought was like a little bit too much was that she broke it down in 3 episodes when it really could have just been two because the last two were like 25 minutes
30
long.
minutes, yeah.
Yeah, without the ads, it was like 22 minutes probably. So it's
Oh,
like
yeah,
you
without the ad, it was like 18 minutes.
yeah, so like you really could have just like you could have just put it in two parts and like, and that's it. Like but she wanted
Yeah,
more of the dimes and the views, which we get it.
yeah, so true. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for listening. We're gonna actually share this
Yeah,
before we
this is
share a long
a
one.
long episode, yeah.
I know. We're gonna Chantal always just like thinks it's gonna be 30 minutes, and I'm like, it's not gonna be 30 minutes. Um, but yeah, like she's always like, it's gonna be 30 minutes. So whatchamacallit, someone's calling me and I'm telling them call you back in 30. But okay, so we are actually about to go film our Patreon. And so if you guys want to know the season 14 scoop, that's what our first episode is going to be about. Join us on Patreon. Please write us a review. We got some haters. That's another nice thing. Chantal's like, no one can write reviews on Patreon. They can just like talk to us directly. But
I know it's
um
nice. But you know what you could see is that you can see when people cancel. So I feel like we're gonna get so salty every time we see like a cancel. Like
oh my
why and like
gosh.
there's a thing called like a cancel exit interview. So like they can write why they're canceling.
Oh my god, I love
I'm
that
I'm
though. You
not
know what?
I'm not I'm not ready for that, but I know constructive criticism, great.
Yeah, feedback is a gift and it just helps people get better, so it is what it is. So
Shut up,
let's just hope we
corporate.
don't get that. I know. I did I fucking hate you. I did learn that in corporate, man. I was such a sheltered little soul before corporate America, but yeah, sheltered little Chaldean girl. But yeah, that's all that we have for right now. So thank you guys so much for listening. Leave us a review, subscribe to our YouTube video. We've actually been on video a couple times, which like cringe, but it's okay.
Yeah, oh
Um
yeah. Did you guys like our Leanne stuff?
oh, we
Our
didn't even talk
Leanne?
about our Leanne. Oh my
Oh
gosh,
yeah.
we're a mess.
I know.
I
Like a
loved
lot
our
has
Leanne
happened.
interview.
A lot of
Brandy
people
Rodman.
what is it?
Sorry. I feel like I keep cutting you off and I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
No, I was saying that Brandy Redmond commented on our Leanne post, like about us saying that like we have an interview with we our interview with Leanne's out, and Brandy commented, and she's from Dallas, and we were actually kind of talking shit about her, and she was like, "Great interview," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh."
It's always so awkward. But that was really
So
nice of her to
awkward.
say.
It was. I
"Do you
mean,
wanna come
honestly,
on,
like
Brandy?"
yeah, she's a good person overall. She just annoyed me sometimes, but she is like a God-loving person who cares so much about our family. So she's like, her morals are great, but she just people get carried away on reality TV, man.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay,
that
bye,
Leanne
guys.
interview was good. Okay, wow, we were supposed to talk about it, but clearly this is too long. I can just tell I'm going to sound so congested, so please don't write a review about that, guys. But love you and thank you so much for listening. Bye, guys.
Bye.